Hey everybody out in the YouTube modeling community. How are my peeps today? Welcome to the Happy Easter edition of Toss the Sprue. Those are my wife's peeps, so I'm not allowed to eat any of them, but I could use them for the pun. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a good Easter weekend or Passover weekend, whichever the case may be. It's been quite a while since I've done a Toss the Sprue or a video of any kind. I did my 300 subscriber video there, and then it was like somebody flipped a switch. And I've watched some videos and I've left the odd comment and whatnot, but I just haven't been active out in my shop. I mean, my cranky calendar out in the shop is still saying February. I don't know why. You know, can't explain how the brain works sometimes, but just went, didn't do anything in the evenings, you know, come home, relax a bit, have supper, and then just die in front of the TV and do nothing, you know. Can't explain it, but I guess it is what it is. So I've been wanting to do some type of video, let you know I'm still alive, except for those that have had the odd comment on their videos. It is Easter Day. It is a long Easter weekend for us, so I've kind of gotten back out in the shop a little bit, but it's not sorted out quite yet. And unfortunately, here in southern Ontario, we went to the Easter Vigil last night, and when we came out, everybody was saying Happy Easter, Merry Christmas, because it was snowing and blowing. Lovely. Not what gets you into the Easter spirit. So Atomic Dog, you know, some of that heat you're complaining about, if you could pipe some of that up our way, and I'll try to pipe some of this cold nonsense back your way, because just tired of cold. And our poor brothers on the East Coast, they're even worse, because they still get hammered by blizzards and snowstorms and whatnot. I'd love to be doing this up in the sunroom, where you saw a couple other videos, but my wife is up there hooking at the moment, and I didn't want her to listen to me yakking to myself. And before any of you guys get carried away about the term hooking, I mean rug hooking, and this Model A thing that you see in the background, that's actually a hooked rug. And as usual, I'm tipping everything the wrong way. There we go. That's a hooked rug that hides the back of our computer desk. That's all hand done with strips of wool, and she has quite a few other things around here that she's hooked over the years, and maybe someday we'll do a video to show some of the hooked rugs that my wife Pat has done over the years. And if we're moving, that's because I'm in a rocking recliner, so sorry about that. So moving on from that, I know one of the fellas that was one of the giveaway winners has received his prize, or the model. William and Howard Flowers. Boy, I hope you guys have yours. It's been quite a while. I sure hope, you know, you've received them by now, because I mailed them all at the same time. Now, it was going by the slow boat down to you fellas, but you should have had them now, so I really hope you do, and if you haven't, let me know. And there's our clock in the background chiming. And on that same type of note, I'd like to mention one of our fellow YouTube model builders. It's kind of caught in hard times, and he's looking for a little help. Rocco Cooper. If you check him out, if some of you guys are subscribed, you may know he's kind of short right now, and he'd love to keep model building. So if you could help him out with, you know, selling him something or sending him something, that would be great. Let's keep this gentleman building models. and in the community, and help support them. And speaking of supporting people, Ray, I think 1965. This is when I should have notes again, but anyway, he's mentioned a couple of young builders and encouraging us to support them. And I've subscribed to the two of them, and I'm going to mention them here, and I'll put somewhere up here, somewhere in post-production, the names. The first one is The Scale Modeler with one L, the way I do my modeler name, M-O-D-E-L-E-R. Anyway, it's going to be here. A young fellow, sounds British, but if you're not, my apologies. But anyway, he's just a young fellow in the hobby, and I think we should support him. And then the other one that I've subbed to recently, thanks to Ray, is Chevy Boy 2000, and that'll be all one word. And I'll have it over here or over here somewhere. Another young builder that I think we should support. If we can keep these young fellas interested, even if they drift away later, if they've had a positive experience here on YouTube, hopefully they'll come back and join us again if they do drift away at a later time. Kind of sort of the same thing, sort of. I just want to say welcome back to Scott Gervin, the Scale Model Addict. Great to see you again. I mean, you're one of the guys I first started watching here on YouTube, and your enthusiasm was so great. And like I've said for myself, you know, we ebb and flow and whatnot. So he was sort of under an ebb, I guess you would say it. Hadn't been around for a while, but he's back again. And I would recommend you guys go out and check Scale Model Addict, the forum. It's a great forum. And they do have the big spring contest going on now. It started March 21st, and I believe it ends June 20th or June 21st. So the build time is spring, and it's a great contest. They got a lot of great prizes there up for grabs. And yeah, go check them out. It's great seeing Scott again. Go check out the Scale Model Addict. It's a great forum, and especially if you're like me, that you're not into Facebook, and sorry, but all the Facebook postings and stuff, I don't go see them. So I've said in a previous video, I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on that. Anyway. And the other thing I wanted to mention is Gil Red Dragon Model Works. He's into another of the playing car combinations, and this seems to be snowballing because, as you probably know, Dr. Cranky is doing Blitzkrieg. Gil had built Blasphemy, and now he's doing Banshee. And according to the last video I saw from Gil, he's this is kind of mushrooming, and Jan Heyer, I think, is getting in on it, and I believe Gil mentioned one or two other people are getting in on it, and that's great fun, guys. It's enjoying watching that, and keep up the good work. And the same last couple of videos, Gil mentioned he's doing a 32 Ford 5-window coupe for the Cranky calendar. And he mentioned getting resin stuff and whatnot, and I wanted to mention, even if you don't get involved with the Model Cars Forum, which Dr. Cranky's mentioned more than once, and I think I may have too, at the Model Cars Forum, I mean, they have all the different categories on the forum. One of them is car aftermarket, and if you go in there, even if you're not if you don't sign up to Model Cars, but if you go in there, they have a pinned section of all the current model car aftermarket providers. And that's a great resource to pop in there and check out, who's doing what. I mean, it just gives you a list, so you have to click on the list, you know, with the links. That's where the clink came from. Hey, maybe I could start a new internet word, clink, meaning clicking on a link. It probably wouldn't make me any money, but anyway, if you click on the links, you know, you can go investigate all these guys doing resin, photo etch, everything we need for the aftercar, the car aftermarket. Now, not everybody has websites, and one big example of that is Replicas and Miniatures of Maryland. Norm has a big catalog, a big varied catalog, and but he doesn't have a website. You can see his email address there. But if you're into old hot rods and whatnot, I mean, that's not all he does, but if you're into old hot rods and whatnot, he has a great catalog of stuff for that. And, you know, Gil, if you're looking for some of that stuff, you can write to him at that email address. He'll email you a catalog, and you can look through it. I mean, there's no pictures or anything, so you have to know what the basics of automotive and whatnot, you know, to know what you're looking for and everything. But he has a great catalog, and it's worth writing to him and getting it. Now, a lot of people would say, well, why wouldn't he do a website or a Facebook page or whatever? Well, I'll tell you, he is so busy with strictly a paper, we'll call it paper catalog, even though he can email you one, that he's not going to be a vendor at NNL East, which is a bummer, because that's the easiest way for me coming down from Canada to get stuff from him. But he's not going to vend there because he's so backlogged in orders that he feels it's not fair to go to a show and sell to people when he's already got this backlog of orders. So I mean, that's, you know, I think that's shows great integrity and whatnot, and I congratulate him on that, even though I'm bummed out that I can't get some of his stuff while I'm going to be down there, you know. But anyway, it's worth checking out. And if you go to the Model Cars forum, the car aftermarket section, there's all the links there. Go check them out. I know, Gil, you mentioned Model House. They're great. They have great wheels and tires and stuff, plus all sorts of stuff to fix up your old glue bomb models, you know, parts and pieces and stuff, plus a whole bunch of great kits. They're pricey, no doubt about it. They're pricey, but well worth it. Clean casting, whatnot. You don't need a lot of cleanup and whatnot. And it's the same with Norm from Replicas and Miniatures. His stuff is always clean. You barely have any work to do to, you know, start working with it. And I also want to mention the drag group, and that's 4 different resin casters, and they have a whole bunch of stuff, and all their stuff is, it looks like white styrene. It's not, it's resin, but that's how good it is. It's all clean. You would think it was a model kit part. So, you know, go check out some of those people. They're all great people to deal with. I've dealt with them, and you won't be disappointed. And so that's that. And let me see. And I've gone on so long now, I've lost my train of thought, and I'm already at 14 minutes. I'm sure there's more I wanted to mention. Well, that's the way it is. I can always make more videos, right? I do want to mention a couple of upcoming videos that I intend to have up for you guys. 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, attended Heritage Con in Hamilton, Ontario at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. That was a great show, and I took a lot of photos, but there again, being somewhat in a slump, I didn't. I haven't downloaded. They're still in the camera. I haven't downloaded them to either computer or done anything with them or whatnot. But I do want to do some slideshows to share the eye candy with you guys. There's some great building there in all categories. One of my favorites was done by a fellow TAPS member, Colin. He built a super test station with Miss Super Test, the racing boat there on display type of thing. And I think I got some decent pictures of it. But anyway, I think you guys will really enjoy that. And I'm going to make another little video, Model A Ford related to model building. Because I keep seeing, I don't want to call it a mistake because it could be a design choice from people. But I'm thinking they don't realize something. And as silly as that sounds right now, I'll make it clear when I actually make the video. So I do have a few things coming up, and hopefully I won't be so low-key. And last but not least, while I'm thinking of it, we are going, there's 4 of us from my group TAPS that are going down to NNL East. And if you remember from last year, there was a ton of eye candy that came out of there. And I hope to do the same thing this year. So here we are at 16 minutes now, so it's really time to cut this off. Say it's good to see you guys. Howard and William, if you can let me know if you got your parcels or not, and if you haven't, I'll may have to try again, I guess. I don't know. I feel really bad if you don't have them yet. They must have been on the slow truck. Anyway, that's enough for now. Everybody have a great Easter, what's left of it. Hope you have your families around you and enjoying your time, and take some moments for some peace during the course of the day too. Anyway, imagine, build, and share. We'll see you soon. Bye now.